So I'm Justin Marler. I'm doing Student 3, which is the steam connections and all the connections to the English steam drum. Starting over here, we have the letdown station, which takes your high pressure and connects it to your low pressure. It regulates it through this regulating valve and takes your 110 psi and converts it down to 15 for use to Nate steam or for anything else that we use it for. Connected between the regulator is a bypass in order to bypass the regulator itself. Here the ST stands for steam traps, which I'll explain in a little bit. There's a connection from your high pressure to TG2, which includes just a ball valve and a strainer before getting to TG2 from your high pressure. It then goes through the turbine and out exhaust to the low pressure steam. We have a input to your high pressure steam header from the Volcano and the Dupree. There's an MSOV, which is used in conjunction with this gate valve in order to separate the shot from the east side and the west side so that they can be used independently. On the east side of the low pressure system, we have a connection to Nate steam, so it can we can either provide Nate steam system with steam or use their steam in order to pressurize the low pressure steam header. There's also a vent in order to vent to atmosphere and a safety valve, which is at 20 psi, side G. There's now on the west side, there's another 20 psi G safety valve, another vent with a gate valve or globe valve attached to it. There's a pressure indicating area so that you can read your pressure from your high and your low pressure or steam systems in one spot. On the west side, on the high pressure system, we have the English boiler, which I'll go into a little bit more detail later, along with another venting system with a globe valve. Another steam trap, and just a gate valve, which is in our steam system that we don't operate. Connected to the dynamo, we have the high pressure system through a ball valve or a valve and a strainer that exports its exhaust to the low pressure system, as well as a turbine feed pump, which has the same setup, in and out from high pressure, out from low pressure. Another letdown station, so that while these are in separate use, it can be regulated on the west side as well as the east side independently. There's also an inlet from the Cleaver Brooks on the west side to the high pressure, and another pressure gauge area that lets you see your total pressures, and an outlet to the deaerator that's used to deaerate the condensate water. The inglis, on the steam drum, there is a temperature transmitter which connects to the controller, which then controls your SSOVs. There's also a level indicator on the gauge glass, as well as a condensate pot, which is used in order to get a stable water level in order to properly read your pressure, which is also connected to your controller. Steam traps. All the steam traps that are in here, that's just a ball valve connected to a strainer, a check valve, along with your steam trap. Your steam trap's this one, or right here, sorry. So your ball valve, strainer, steam trap, ball valve, and then it goes to the condensate tank.